So,
Wait a second. Something
what happened?
went to. Jeez.
What happened? What did you do now?
Oh man, screw me. I reduced the mic volume and the music.
Round of applause, people. Round of applause.
Oh man, hashtag pro streamer. Anyway, welcome back to another Combos and Chill Dirty Talk Sessions, episode 27. I'm Dirty, your host, and this is my co-host and my wife. She's a Phoenix.
Hi, guys.
Sorry, guys. So we just
Hi for the third time now.
Hi for the third time, exactly. So sorry about everything. Episode 27. Today we have Saif Sami.
Mm-hmm.
He's an Emirati musician from a band called Metarust, which I never heard.
Which I heard this afternoon.
Yeah.
I was working out to them. I was like,
No, really?
whoa.
Damn.
They have 3 singles on there, 2 from 2019 and 1 from 2020.
That's awesome.
I love the
awesome.
2021, which is Ego. Oh,
And they're
it's
still yet
nice.
to release new stuff. I mean, anyway, we're going to be talking about
I will
their
talk
journey.
about it
Yeah,
more
we're going to
for
be
sure.
talking about his journey, how the band came together, and we're going to dive into the whole stuff. So, without any further ado, let's... okay, before heading to the scene with Saif, Fawaz is in the house. What's up, Fawaz? From
Hi,
Creative
Fawaz.
Waste. What's
How
up,
are
man?
you?
Thank you very much for joining in. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello. And let's bring Saif on board. What you think?
It's
Yeah?
your show.
Yeah, okay.
I have no jurisdiction
Saif,
here.
what's up, man?
Hey, how's it
Hello,
going?
so
Hi,
what's
Seth.
up, man?
How's
You good?
everything?
All good, man.
So
All good?
I'm Indian, so I'm gonna say Seth. He's gonna say Saif, you know, like the proper way of saying it, and I'm gonna butcher it. So sorry.
I have so much family that call me Saif sometimes just to make fun. It's safe.
Yeah, I know.
I love his
It-
IG handle, not so safe.
Yeah, I love that.
It's amazing.
I have other safes contacting me sometimes that are just like, hey bro, please. Like you can make it like not very safe or something. Can I have not so safe? And I'm like, nah.
Oh, Bullet's in the house. What's up, Bullet?
Oh,
Thank you
hi,
very much. Just
Bullet.
tuned in to
How's
say hi.
everything?
Thank you very much, Bullet. How you been, man? How's things? So this is our guest, Saif Sami. He's a Marathi musician and he's in a band called Metarust, and they kind of like, he said alternative metal or alternative rock, something like that. Yeah, alternative metal. So tell us about yourself, man. I mean, we gave you a tiny introduction and there was a bunch of failure attempts. So failed attempts. Wow. By the way, guys, I'm very sorry. It's like 2 nights I didn't sleep, so I'm just working on extra mode. You know that phone thing? I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Anyway, Saif.
Give him the
Yeah, I'm giving you the room to
Aram.
introduce yourself.
Like they say, Aram Haiwan. Relax.
So go ahead, Saif.
Hey, I'm Saif Sami. I'm the singer-guitarist of Metarust. I also produce and mix and master for the band. I'm an audio engineer, musician, and I've, performed around Dubai for like many years since I was a kid. And yeah, that's me.
And
I can't give myself any better of an introduction.
so, I mean, tell us how you, when was that first time that you actually got that whole, you know, you were like, okay, I heard this, or you saw someone playing an instrument, or you heard a music, or you saw some musical thing.
Heard
or
of
whatever.
music.
Heard the music. Get a new pair of ears.
Okay.
Okay? Anyway, so how this journey started for you, Saif? From where it was and what age?
So I think I was 9 when my parents were like, "Oh, study a musical instruments and just learn how to play." Like I took guitar and my brother took drums simultaneously. I think my brother was 4 or 5 at the time, and yeah, we've been like we went through a lot of lessons, and I kind of fell out of it because I was just not interested. It wasn't my thing. Yeah, and my brother kept on pursuing it. He kept on learning drums, and even till now, like he's professional at it.
That's awesome.
It wasn't until like I was like I think 11 or 12 that I got into rock music and like started getting into bands more and more, and then eventually I was like, okay, I have a Spanish guitar, I want to like escalate to like electric guitar, and then I went through a lot of lessons, did a lot of like rock training. I think it was like I credit that like one of my favorite guitarists of all time, Zach Wild, and I saw how he worked the guitar, and I was like, I think that's the moment where I was just like, nah, I need to learn this and I need to take it seriously. And it kind of evolved into there with like the more artists I got into, the more different kind of music I got into. But like it was mostly just hard rock and heavy metal, like
Right.
full on at the time. And
That's awesome.
I think
No,
around,
that's-
around,
I'm-
around those lines, like that's when I was like, okay, I think I should pursue this. Like I remember being 13 and being like, what is your goal in life? And I'm like, I want to be in a successful band one day.
Nice.
That's good. That's good.
So how did it come about? Like compiling everyone together, like all the bandmates, and then also I want to ask, how did the name come about, and what significance
I
does it
think
have?
it's like anyway. I won't say anything.
So for the band, it was like obviously my brother's playing drums and I'm playing guitar, and both of us got into music at the same time. So obviously we're going to be a band. And then around the same time that we were taking it seriously, one of my best friends, Marwan al-Masiri, who's still a member of the band, it's literally been the three of us since we were kids. It's been the three of us. Even like members, even like maybe a member would come and go, Sorry, puberty. But
Just hit puberty.
this is like the bane of like being a metal vocalist. You try screaming in different ways, and your talking voice is just completely trashed.
Yeah.
But like I recently learned, it's there are safe ways of doing it. You just need to train yourself to not get too vocally exhausted.
Yeah, we were talking about this with Fawaz, who's in the chat.
Yeah,
By the way,
exactly, he
Wonder
was mentioning.
Wanger's in the house. What's up,
Hey, Wonder
Thank you
Wanger,
very
how
much
are
for
you?
the hype emojis. By the way, my emote wall doesn't work. I don't know what the fuck is going on with it. So I've been on it for like since 2 days and it doesn't work. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So
Okay.
sorry if the emotes are not.
He was
there.
answering my question.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No worries. So yeah, we like kind of learned instruments at the same time, and he was learning bass, and then we were just like, oh, let's rehearse together, and then it kind of evolved into that. Then we became like a White Stripes cover band basically, and then
Nice. I like
okay.
White Stripes.
and then like we would just cover like any bluesy song, any like soft rock, even like Black Sabbath, and then eventually we evolved into like a Metallica cover band basically. The name thing was like the hardest thing for some reason. It was the hardest thing because we were just obsessed with being original, and
Right.
like it was to the point that we went through like a few band names. Like I think just 2 or 3 were like memorable until like it was like 2011 when Metallica came to Dubai. And
Yeah.
to Abu Dhabi actually, and
Yeah.
like we had to go
Yas
for this
Arena.
gig. We had to. There was like no argument, and it was on a Wednesday. And our teacher we had a chemistry teacher that caught wind of that, and he's like, "No, you have to come tomorrow for like a pop quiz, otherwise you flunk." And we went there anyway. We came, like, thank God it was like the last lesson. And I remember the like exam. We're still buzzing from the concert. We're still I think that was the point where we're just like, no, let's like start social media shit. Let's start everything to make us take it seriously. And then I think it was in that exam because it was like about the effects of rust. And then it was literally on that day that I was like, okay, we love Metallica. And then like maybe something with rust would work, and then like meta and then rust. And then it's kind of like we stuck with it until a lot of people weren't cringing to it. So
I mean, that's why I was so intrigued. I was like, this name has some kind of story behind it that's like, it's not just wordplay, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just getting the whole hints of the metal and metal becoming rusty. So
Yeah, but like, see, there's another whole
Yeah.
story behind it. So,
so they flunked the chemistry.
one better way to put it, I just can't remember it right now, about like us being like our type of metal being very meta, and then like how we incorporate our influence of old type like 90s 80s metal into like modern kind of style application basically.
that's so cool.
That's awesome. I mean, it's always a mess to find the that band name that that brand that can represent you and represent
Yeah, especially
your music,
now, like after say the 2000s, there have been so many bands that have come out. Like you have to literally go check, like, does this exist? You
Dude,
know,
there is bands with like unreadable names.
that has to be black metal for sure.
Wait.
There's bands with the most weirdest names. Like I listened to bands called Feet, Crumb, We Buttered the Bread with Butter.
Yeah, I heard that.
But like these are like the most absurd band names I've ever heard, and I'm just like, it took us so long to come up with Metarust, and then there's people like this.
I mean, dude, you cannot go anything wrong with the name.
Remember the band name that Sam told us last time? What was that? Sperm something?
What the hell?
Yeah, dude,
yeah.
there is one.
what was it? Some
The wrestling coach that we got last time on the
I
show.
forgot, like
His brother.
Swamp, something like that. Wow.
Yeah, swamps.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude,
it's insane.
band names, like seriously, man. I had my fair share of it because I have an idiot guitar player in the band, which me and him were trying to.
Do
make
you mean
band
epic?
Epic and stupid at the same time. So we were trying to make band names, and it's been a hell of a fucking ride. But again, I mean, Metarust really.
It sounds so like
it
interesting.
catches the essence, but
yeah, exactly.
But okay, it's really focused on the band's influence. Yeah. So for this, can you just like guide us through the musical, like the whole musical journey that how you guys got on the same page, like is it like you are into different genre or the drummer is into different genres? So how you guys came up to the same genre that Metarust plays now?
We kind of like to leave our genre very ambiguous because we don't want to be defined in a genre. Like we say alternative metal because that's the only way that could describe us basically with our style. And that's like one of our like I mentioned before, one of our influences is Faith No More, who have like a completely different genre every song that you hear in like a single album.
Yeah.
So we kind of wanted to be like that to show how dynamic we are. Like based on like the songs that we've released, we get a lot of these are thrash metal vibes, and then there's some people who are like, nah, this is ska. What is this? And then some that say punk, and then there's some that say like, oh, this is like some dark metal stuff. And then songs that we're making now are just completely different from like what we've done also.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard all three of the songs. So the first one, Killing Me Psycho, sounds like it's the soundtrack for a movie like Kill Bill. Okay.
Okay.
And is it Crutch City?
Yeah, Crutch City.
Crutch City sounds like something that you would love to drive to, like when you're on a long drive and you just want to enjoy and chill and just relax. Ego is heavier.
Really?
Okay, dude, there is an outro to that song where I was like enjoying my workout because of it. So like I like next time when we are out, I'll blast it for you in the car. I mean, it's amazing. I really love it.
There's actually another single out on iTunes at least. Spotify like took it down because they're like nah, there's some artificial streaming or something going on, and we're just like, where? We showed them all the stuff and they're just like, Instagram, there's a lot of bots there, and we're like, okay, thanks.
What?
So like it's there everywhere else, it's just not in Spotify. But yeah, there's a song called Keep in Touch, which is like a very like ballady dynamic. It's like it goes from a ballad into something heavy and then heavier and then heavier towards the end.
Nice.
So the main structure is around what type of genre, if you don't mind me asking? Is
Dude,
it
like he said, that it's different, it's alternating.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's conventional metal style basically, and then like we might change it up here and there, but like we went more traditional with the early songs, and then later on we're like, now we like Ego, we wanted to tell a story. Keep in Touch, we wanted to tell a story. The next couple songs I think is a little bit even. I think it's all like standard rock kind of structure basically.
So you are in charge of the guitars, yeah? So you play the leads and the rhythms, and so is it a combined effort in the band, or is it just like two of you or like one of you call the shots and has the director cut?
I mean, it's like all three of us actually, like we all have an influence on each other's decisions and each other's approach. And then there's a lot of like maybe headbutting that's going on, and maybe sometimes we're just very lenient. Like they'll just be like for example, they could be like, oh, no guitar solos in this song. We think it's too overdone and it's too dated. And I'd be like, I'd fight a little bit. Then I'd be like, you know what, you have a point. And then maybe I'd contribute to like some of the drum beats for the drummer. And then maybe it's a very like back and forth kind of communication with us in our creative process.
So I mean, it's very weird to hear because you guys are three in the band, yeah, 3 members.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have those things like happen in a very like on a minor level. But I've been in bands that 6 people, including me, they're trying to write. So what is the headache? Like there is no room for anyone to say anything.
But who does the writing though? If
I mean, as he said, it's like a combined effort from each other. They just like
even the writing as well.
Yeah, and like it's even down to the lyrics. For example, like I don't want to. From my approach for lyric writing, I don't want to say anything that or like sing in a way that they wouldn't be happy to put themselves in a song, and then vice versa for their stuff. And then I kind of want to showcase each of our skills with our songs as well, like along with telling a good story with the song.
I mean, that's great. Like, I wish I could work with two people only in a band.
Dude, the energy, like the lyrical energy of Killing Me Psycho is like, wow. Like, like I was like, where was this song when I had my breakup with my last relationship? Where was that song?
Safe,
you know?
you're the vocalist as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So you get all the girls. Nice, cool.
What the?
Freaking
What an assumption.
What? Freaking what?
Myth, man.
Oh, wait.
You don't know how many people come up to me like, oh, bro, you got into music just for the girls, and I'm just like, where? Not there.
It's like John Travolta meme is like.
And if there's anyone I've ever met, they like the last thing they would hear is my music. Sometimes they're just like not heavy.
Oh, that is sad.
Man, but
I mean,
but he has a point. It's a myth.
Yeah, but I mean, it depends on the right person.
Unless you're that hard American.
Like, dude, like for example, I came across your music and I heard you sing
Make
before
up your mind. You came across my podcast or you came across my music. Which one?
Listen, you idiot, okay? I'm supposed to have goldfish memory, not you. I told you from podcast, okay, to your music, to your page, and then I spoke to you, right? Okay, so that's how it happened.
You've been stalking from there.
That's not called stalking. Everyone does that.
Guys, remember episode 27? She said she heard the music first, then she found the podcast.
Like I said podcast, okay? I said podcast, then your band, and then you, okay? So that's how it is.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the guest.
So my point was that, there are people who meet artists without like at least listening, you know? Like for example, there are times where I have so many bands on my list and like artists on my list, and sometimes like before bringing them on the show, I'm like, you know what, I need to make sure I listen so that I don't like, I'm not like deer in headlights kind of a way. So at least I know that what they're about, what they're writing about, what they're what they sound like, at least that much. So that's like basic courtesy, even if you meet somebody,
But I mean, again, it's a myth for him. There's no girls.
You will find yours. Don't worry. Soon. Let's put it out in the universe.
So, how long the band been together, man? You guys are like kind of a new kids on the block, or you guys been here for like a couple of years?
We've been a band since like 2008.
Wow.
We used to perform a lot in like Global Village and like Ibn Battuta Mall, and then like
no way.
Like schools and stuff, school town shows. Like I remember like one of our first performances was Global Village, and we played Godfather, the Guns N' Roses version.
Oh, okay.
We were like, I was 12 at the time. My brother was like 8, 9, and like we were just like playing like Godfather, making our family happy, and like really like wow, what like our children playing such a great piece. And then we broke into Iron Man by Black Sabbath.
Wow.
Wow, what a transition.
But you guys had the same band name, like you guys were still with Metarust, or?
We started out with like a name that our like I think it was my brother's drum teacher gave it to us, was like Rough Around the Edges. We were like, sure. We weren't happy with it, and then we like kept on like, changing it, and then we changed it to Psycho More, which we were known for a while.
Okay.
And then 2011, straight after the Metallica concert, 2011 was when we did we called it ourselves Metarust. We started all the social medias, posting on YouTube and stuff like that. Yeah, and then after like a few years of us like going to university, pursuing different stuff, that like I think until recently when the music scene started like coming up a little bit, that's when we kind of wanted to plug ourselves in as well. Right.
So like do you have any like future plans of like performing somewhere now that things are getting better, or?
Yeah, we'd love to perform anywhere. Like for us, like there's no point in making music if you can't perform it and like exceed expectations, if not meet it.
And it's just sad that the entertainment business took the biggest hit in this pandemic.
Exactly. And already there was all these artists need a lot of like push and support.
And plus, and this platform that we have here, that itself, it's kind of like
by
shaky.
the way, have you heard his voice?
No, but I can assume that he has a nice voice.
Oh,
Mashallah. You know.
dude, really, mashallah. I need to do Tashwood as well.
Because his low, clean tone, so that.
Okay, you know why? Because I specifically mentioned Midlife Crisis because I remember his IG. Okay, I just dropped by randomly. I was just chilling after, eating, and I was just like, okay, I need to just watch. And he was, I think, performing in that same space.
Oh.
As far as I remember. Right?
It might have been this with the studio. I think it was more likely the other studio because that's like usually whenever we do the recordings and stuff. This is just for like mixing.
Because I remember the same kind of walls. Okay.
It's the same room. It's just like this. It's just two different rooms.
Yeah. So I remember, and dude, he was doing like Midlife Crisis, and I you know that I love Disturbed myself. Like I love the Draymond version of it.
Oh, this is the one you were telling me that he did a Disturbed cover.
Now he remembers.
Because I'm not a Disturbed fan.
It's actually a Faith No More song.
Here we go.
No, but I like the. That's why I'm saying that I like the Disturbed version.
He just corrected both of us.
I know it is, but I'm just saying that I like.
I'll come clean. One of the bands that I don't get the whole hype behind it is Disturbed.
Fuck you.
I did when I was a kid, and then I grew up, and then all I hear is ooh and yama nama na. Like,
yes, the Prayer album. Album finished.
Listen. That whole like even Korn has those kind of stuff like like those vocal styles. Like it's not necessary that.
Listen, make this the last time ever on the show that you're comparing Disturbed to Korn. Okay.
I wouldn't. I kind of see your comparison, but I wouldn't because I think Korn is more like they have a better.
More cover band.
I get it.
You know, Korn is a Fate No More cover band.
Okay, but like what I mean to say is that dude, music is a quiet taste for everybody. So you know that if I'm giving you the thing that your opinion can have that space, mine can too. Okay,
yeah,
so I love Disturbed because I had that kind of dark phase of my life where that band had few songs that helped me survive. That's why it's important to me. Now you get it?
For me, like Disturbed was that background music that would play for Dragon Ball movies and stuff, and like every song would kind of sound similar to the other. You know, that like I loved Disturbed for a while, but then it was like, okay, what else can they do?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like for example, sorry to cut you off, but like songs like Inside the Fire and stuff like that have like insane backstory behind it, and like it's just that there is a lot. I know you hate Draymond. Shut up! I can see it from your face.
I don't hate anyone. It's just as he said. It's just
shut up.
And then Yama Namana, and then here Yama Mama. Then over
have you heard wait have you heard the Sound of Silence cover that they've done?
Exactly, I hate that song. Dude, the guy is an amazing
I can't convince him.
Listen, it's not about you don't even like the stuff that I listen to. So
yeah, because you're a Limp Bizkit idiot. I like fucking metalcore and deathcore. Why you're comparing that to that?
Just go get
shut up.
Just go get yourself some popcorn.
Just shut up, okay? You're digging your own grave.
The fact that it's like Disturbed and Limp Bizkit. This is like a proper
exactly.
Hard rock, like thousands metal debate.
Dude,
oh man.
Saif, if you see us, like for example, like when we are like on the drive, I'm like, listen, if you torture me with like Limp Bizkit or your mumble rap bullshit, I'm gonna jump out of the car right now.
Limp Bizkit, I don't know why they're like My Way and like Rollin' are songs that like I'll always be hyped with, but like I don't know why I get the same effect from them that I do from Weird Al Yankovic, and I love Weird Al, but like it's just like really funny to me. I don't know why. I find Limp Bizkit really funny as well as entertaining.
I mean, it is, as you said, it is entertaining. Other than that, I mean, it's just music, dude. Let's just keep it at here because we have a guest to take care of. So why don't you ask him another question?
You know that this is the 10 millionth time we've had this discussion because we are
you
both
are so prideful about this. That is that even
not prideful. I'm not an elitist.
You are a super elitist.
Well, I mean, my favorite band is Lamb of God. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Nice. Lamb of God's another band that I never clicked with me. I don't know why.
Oh.
So now you have a debate with Saif. So you guys.
Khalas then. If he doesn't like Lamb of God, what can I say now?
I love Pantera, and I think they sound a little bit like they have like that really strong Pantera influence. But then I'm just like, I want to listen to Bill again. You know?
But Randy's vocals is not the same as in Selmo's vocals. So
they're like
dude, Randy is a powerhouse.
Excuse me.
Dude,
Yes, yeah, but again, it's like
don't say
comparing.
shit that I will be like,
It's
"Khalas, I'm
like
going."
two different items, two different things. You cannot it's not even comparable. So,
Are you done?
No, are you done?
I am giving up.
Stop tackling the
Giving
guest.
up.
Oh man, so again,
Yeah.
Saif, thank you very much for joining us with this session. Sorry if we're like we do goof around like this
Yeah.
on these episodes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if you like, there are people who have met us in person. This is literally what we do all day. Like,
So-
just yeah.
Yeah, for the guys in the comment section, if you guys have any question for our guest, Saif Sami
By
from
the way,
band
I am,
Metarust, I am cutting vegetables. I'm talking. You know?
I want to get to the comments because you give me comment duty and then you say that you're not reading comments, and then when I read comments you tell me that not to read comments. I don't know.
If you
what
guys have any questions for Saif, please feel free, drop it in the comment section. I'm sure Saif is more than happy to answer you. And
Are you done?
yeah, what do you want to read?
I just want to read because because there are comments. So he's saying stop keeping him awake, Phoenix.
He's talking about the coffee comment.
Oh,
So-
that's when you go.
So you are 26 minutes late.
Well, to answer that, no.
Okay, so what other question you have for Saif?
Yeah. By the way, bleeding is here as well.
Yeah. There, dude,
Nice.
you're just reading the comments very slow.
Who's Palak Dang?
I don't know.
Dang? Palak Dang?
Probably
Palak Dang.
from-
What is the? Okay, Palak Dang is asking you a question. What is the latest album you are working on, Saif?
It feels like we're working on an album. Nah, we're working on. It's like only singles now. We're like. It's like the reason we haven't really posted much this year is like apart from like our own work, we have. We tried this thing of like just banking up like a bunch of songs. We have like a song that's pretty much done, but just waiting on promotional stuff.
Oh, nice.
Second song is just waiting to be mixed. Third song almost finished writing. Fourth song almost finished writing. Fifth song, like just started writing. So we're just kind of busy and like when like for how we work is like when inspiration doesn't hit us for one song, we move on to the other.
That's
and then
good.
to the other, and then to the other, and that's kind of like our approach. We don't like. There is a debate within us about like releasing an album, but I don't think that's until we can garner enough like a big enough audience. Like what's the like personally I'm like what's the point if you don't have enough, like putting so much effort and then having people probably listen like average 10 listeners per song, 20 listeners per song versus maximizing it with every single that we get or we release.
That's the new strategy that every band and every musician is taking right now.
Yeah, I was about to ask him that next. That what do you prefer, releasing an album or singles? And he already answered it.
No, the thing is, like, I can understand him, because, the whole. But what I'm trying to tell you is like, don't let this whole thing of like not having enough supporters or like you don't have people that they're listening to your music to keep you down from writing new materials and just keep on grinding,
Yeah.
The only thing that you need to keep in mind that this is the thing that you like, and at the end of the day you are making this and you're keeping it out in the world, so either they're gonna take it or leave it. You understand where I'm going with this? So you need to be proud of your own craft. You don't need to be like, holy shit, they're not listening to me or this, because I think this is the first thing that it happened to me as well as a musician. Is like, man, why no one listens to my band? But then I'm like, screw this, I'm doing this for my own comfort zone.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying it. I'm guaranteeing you that there is millions and millions that they enjoy the music that you make. So never stop just because some numbers are down.
Exactly. I mean, like they say, like having a couple of loyal ones is better than having 10 million who don't give two shits. You know. So
but Bleeding is saying hello. Wallah, Manav is in the house. He's
Hey,
saying what's
Manav,
up, lads?
how are you?
How it's going, guys?
Good.
It's all good, man. Manav is from another good, very new upcoming band in Dubai called White Morgue, which I think, Saif, you know about White Morgue as well, yeah?
yeah. We follow each other back and forth, support
That's
each other.
good.
along.
That's good, man.
nice. I mean, today he made me crave chocolate ice cream because of his story, and I'm like, this guy
Chocolate?
torturing me. Yeah.
Wow.
And so I just wanted to ask you, Saif, like for example, every band has that serious person who gets everyone in line, and there's one goofball in the band. Like how does that work? Like, is there something like that in Metarust?
I think I'm the guy that kind of gets everyone like, okay, let's get ready to do this. Let's get for everything to put together. Let's work on recording. Okay, let's work on rehearsing. Okay, let's work on like how do we improve? What's the next step and everything? I'm kind of the guy that like brings everything together.
Right.
Three of us are equally, I think, goofballs.
Okay.
I think, like at times one more than the other. Yeah.
So
It's basically just like sometimes the roles change a little bit, but yeah.
Okay. So like, do you have any specific process that like gets you into the zone? Like, you prefer doing it, a step-by-step process or something, like, where you're just getting it, either for the writing
how
or...
he gets in, like, he gets
in the
inspired.
zone, basically,
So, how you get inspired? Is it like meditation, or you're listening to an artist, or you visit a place?
For us, I don't know. Like we're always creating. It never stops. Like I said, we have like 3 or 4 songs that we're writing right now. After finishing recording one, mixing the other, we have so much because we're just like we're coming up these riffs, and then like there's like, oh, this project, I came up with a good riff for it. Okay, let's like add to it. Okay, will this riff suit this song? No, but it might suit this song, and we kind of puzzle piece everything together. And like there are things that we take into account that like, how does the flow work, if the tone matches, if the key matches, if everything works out together. And then there's some point where we're just like, oh, we're really far in this song, or this is a simple enough song that we can just finish it off, that we just like give that song suddenly our 100%. There are days where we're just like, okay, let's finish this song, let's finish this same project, and then we just have like nothing. We're just like stuck in a wall. And we don't let ourselves get stuck in a wall. We move on to the next project, and then to the next project, So that's kind of like our style. We like, for me personally, I like my inspirations. I always have like inspiration. I'm always creating, but like literally, like sometimes I'm in the drive, and then suddenly like a tune or like some lyrics come into my head, and I quickly like grab a voice note, and then like save it for later. But there are some times where I'm listening to like new artists, new genres, everything that like I didn't even know how metal could sound like this, and that kind of inspires me to be like, oh man, I wish I could make something like this. Why not? Why don't I make something like this?
Okay,
Right.
like what is the newest things that you've been listening to? I mean, regardless being metal, I mean, just music in general. What was the new type of music that you discovered?
I mean, I fell into a rabbit hole of like indie, like lo-fi indie music during quarantine.
Lo-fi is getting a big hype now.
I have heard a lot of people get into that stuff now.
Dude, it's very chilled, chilled.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, like it literally ranges from like, for example, like there's a band called Crumb that I was super obsessed with for the full of last year. I don't know why. Like every song was like gold for me. And then at the same time, there are like these intense like bands from like I don't even know where. Like some of them I think they're Japanese based, but then they have mixed international bands that make the most intense like noise, and then incorporate pop with with metal, like modern pop styles with metal, and then have EDM in it a little bit. That I'm just like, blows me away, and I'm just like, why can't I do something like this? Like there's a band called Pale Dusk that I discovered recently that I'm just like blown away with everything they make, because it's for me, I'm not like, wow, this is just noise. Sometimes I play it to my brother, and he's just like, no, this is just noise. For me, I'm just like, no, like
You're listening to the technicality, yeah?
Yeah, it's like they're like modern. They're like what I think a modern Slipknot would sound.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
He's dropped some nice names. I might check them out later.
Pale what?
Pale Dusk.
Pale Dusk.
Yeah.
Pale Dusk. That's amazing. I mean, like, dude, my last update of music is 2010.
Which, by the way, after he met me, he listened to a lot of deathcore. That's the only update he has. That's it, yeah?
Yeah.
Why are you making that face? You
Saram
enjoyed
is
it.
in the house. Is saying, "Hey guys, miss you, lovelies. Thank you very much, Saram, for
Hi,
dropping
Saram.
by.
We miss you too.
man.
We miss you too. We were discussing him in the last stream, right? When we were talking to Nox, right?
Yeah, he's asking favorite deathcore lately.
Ooh.
Oh my God! You just opened a can of worms.
There's so many.
So take your time. Let's get back to Saif.
Okay.
For Saram, we'll get back to your question. So Saif, I always like ask musicians about one key question, which is, like, how to say it. Like I wanted to put it in the most polite way to keep it out there. So
You can be as like.
Some controversial shit is
Yes,
coming if he's
believe
thinking.
me.
So if he has to rephrase, that means there's gonna be some tea.
I need to. I mean, it comes down to support. How was the support with your band in this region?
I mean, our supporters are family and friends, and they've only been supportive. There's not one person that we've been like that has met us that's been like, you guys really shouldn't. I think like I've heard maybe from someone talking about someone's support. Like I remember we did a talent show where we played Seek and Destroy, and we like won the talent show basically. And I found out that like my music teacher left like halfway through and was just like, nah, it doesn't match, like our aesthetic.
Why
with
he
our
left? Like,
no,
That is so rude.
no, it's cool. Like it's not like we're not there to satisfy everyone. We understand if like our music's not for everyone.
well, I mean,
In this region, I don't expect any less.
They were supportive regardless. They were like because of how serious I was with music and how good I was with performing and everything. They were like recommending, like they would say that they would like go to Berkeley, we'll give a good note and stuff. And I was like, I don't want to really study theory because I did take music in IGCSE, and
Nice,
then
man.
eventually I was like, I think that's enough to like theory to study because
Yep.
I don't know. I felt it was very like limiting and controlling.
Well,
I
I
get
mean, I mean, theory is nice when you know it and you incorporate it with the feeling and the, whole natural flow of music. Right?
I mean, it's a great weapon for sound engineering itself. Like it gives you knowledge of like how to fix
But
something
dude,
or like how to replace sounds.
I will say something. I'm sure, Saif, you've seen a couple of these guys around. Like the guy is so technical into theory that any tiny bit he finds, he needs to put something technical. Like it's just.
Well, I mean that depends if it's a perfectionist doing it or not.
It's
like
not a perfection. It's just like
There are also some people that just like they kind of have to show it sometimes in shows. Like some people are just like, man, she's really like kind of off key and stuff, and I'm like, she's literally the best singer I've ever heard. What are you saying? And there's some people that are like, she does like this person doesn't suit this song. And I'm just like I'm very punk rock. Like my reference for like when I was studying music theory, how do you study music theory and listen to like Henry Rollins and Black Flag and Misfits and Danzig and stuff like that at the same time,
Right.
You're just like psychoanalyzing like Mozart, Baroque period music, like Jeff Buckley pop music, and then you go back and you're just listening to like these bands that are just like yelling their head off and just they're going off key, they're going off tempo sometimes, and you just don't care. Like I don't believe, I'm in the belief of like there's no such thing as bad musicians. Like music shouldn't be like just for the people that have kind of owned their craft. It should be people who like and enjoy music as well.
Yeah. Like for example, this his band AKP's drummer, he prefers to have that kind of raw recording instead of like having
like basically what he, because we were again going back and forth on the track and everything, and he said like it's nice to have those natural mistakes in the music. It's not off. It's just that natural mistake,
Yeah, because when you have like triggered stuff and like it's all uniform,
super synchronized, super polished.
Like for example, like he said, all the people who are technically well versed in this kind of audio engineering and stuff, like they will understand that okay, that's an error, that's bad, that's not in proper place, or that's off tune, like he said. But for listeners like me, for example, or someone who's just a fan of the band or just like wants to enjoy or just like have a good time, nobody gives a shit. Who cares?
So why you give me shit for mumble rap?
Is that even music though? I'm kidding.
There is a cancel button here.
I am so happy. You made my day, Saif.
Why you don't go think about what was the latest deathcore band you listened to?
I'm paying attention to what he's saying and trying to engage in the interview.
I might as well slam mumble rap.
No. The thing is, like, because she gives me shit, and I'm like, listen, woman, I am like the beats are too.
Can someone make a clip of that? Like what him saying is mumble rap really music though? I Am Bullet or somebody. Can you clip that?
I will do it later.
I want to post that shit on my story. Like I need it.
Yeah. You want to sponsor that post as well? I know.
Oh yes.
But you know what? You studied music as well, right? So, how was the journey, man? Like, did you went for it, like, signing up and knowing what you're gonna get into, or was just like your mom and dad is like force you into this thing?
No, my parents never forced me into anything. They like
Wow.
I was like a kid when they told me to go and study guitar, and then I kind of dropped it, and then when I picked it back up, music. It was like in IGCSE you have to choose your subjects, and I chose music, economics, and I was forced to take Islamic, but that was easy for me. So like, yeah, it was like I had to study it basically, like from theory and stuff, and like I remember doing composition, and they would give us guidelines for composition, sorry, and like following the guidelines was kind of hard. It was to the point that like we had a teacher that literally was just like, listen, just make what you want, make what what songs do you like, grab like things from these different songs and then make something. And like that piece was way better than like the technical piece that like I had to follow. Yeah, and then I like I said, by the end of it, I remember the teachers were recommending me, because I was serious about music, to go and pursue music theory, but I was like, I don't know if I could make any money doing that. So, and I had a zero business mind at the time. So I went and studied business management for like 3 years.
Oh my God. Okay.
Wasn't that great?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's most boring kind of field. Yeah.
Oh, it's not even that. It's like it was just horrible. Going through the whole thing was terrible. And like, I left it eventually because I was just not having fun. I was not enjoying it. I didn't like the university that I was in. And then I went and joined, and it was like actually my parents that was just like, why don't you want to do music, why don't you go to try audio engineering out in SAE? And I went and I studied in SAE, and it was literally like the best 2-3 years of my life. It was like the most fun.
Nice.
That is so
Like,
cool.
I never like looked at music. I always thought sound engineering was like a completely different language. But
Who
now
was
that
your
I'm in it,
teacher?
like, it's so easy. Huh?
Who was your teacher?
You went to SAE?
No, I have all of my friends. They work there, man.
Alex.
So Sandeep, did you have classes with Sandeep or like what's called Dimitri?
Of course.
Yeah.
Dimitri, yeah, we had him for like, I think he left just
Yeah.
halfway or towards the end of like teaching us.
You know Dimitri. I know him since 2003, and the guy was a super black metal head guy.
Okay.
He had a black metal band back in he was staying, I think, in some European country. I don't remember. I think in Czech Republic, but they were he was Russian. His brother Dan taught me bass.
Oh shit.
So yeah, and then suddenly
this is new information. I never.
Then I see Dimitri behind the information desk, and I'm like, "What happened to you? You're a DJ now." I'm like, "What?" He's a great guitarist, and Sandeep is also old school, like an old school friend of mine. Again, I know him since 2004. Even Saram over here knows Sandeep. Basically, Palayan.
Yeah, I saw that episode actually when you had the podcast on Facebook. Those I've seen. Yeah. So.
I mean, it's good that you had classes with these guys. I mean, Sandeep and Dimitri and these guys, they know their side of theory, and they're more feel. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, that's good, man. That's good. I mean, kudos to you.
The fundamentals, like a lot of the teachers over there taught us the fundamentals, and like literally there's no right. They never said that there's a wrong way to do this or a wrong way to do that. They were very easygoing. They're like, are you sure? For example, I'm very, I wouldn't even say pro. I'm like very full on live instruments completely. Like I almost never have samples or MIDI drums in any of our songs or anything that I like. Kind of like I'm. Like anything we release, I don't see the purpose for MIDI drums, and like I mic up all my amps like a shit ton. We're very like old school, and like we like how analog sounds basically.
Exactly.
So like, there's so many times that our teachers were like, "Are you sure you don't want to do electronic drums? There are really good MIDI applications that sound 10 times better." And I'm like, I don't want it to sound better. I like it to like kind of reflect where I am at the time or where the band is at the time as well.
That's awesome. I mean, I'll just get to the comments. Leading is saying, "What up, guys?" Not much.
And Saram was saying, like,
rap is an art, but not music. Just my opinion. Don't shoot me.
And Saram was saying, Sandeep got to meet Metallica. I was so jealous, and he's saying he's still.
Told me about that, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I was.
How did you feel when you heard that?
Oh man, in high school, my name was synonymous with Metallica. I have to apologize to a lot of people because of how much I pissed them off talking about nothing but Metallica. like,
Oh.
like yeah, and then when I found like when he said like yeah I met them and stuff, and then even Adnan was saying that how he was like on stage with them, I was just like, bruh, what? And like I was I used to live in Jumeirah, and my house was in front of Burj Al Arab, and James
okay.
Hetfield was posting pictures on Instagram at the time in Burj Al Arab, and I was like staring at it like he's in there. I can go in there and say hi anytime I want. But then I was like, I don't want to be that guy, and I want to reach that point where I'm like I earned the chance to meet him, you know.
Massive respect.
By the way, you need to check Bleeding, our good friend who's here.
Yeah.
He's a very well-versed musician. Like he has his extreme side. He's having a band in Bahrain called Lunacist. They're a tech death metal, like prog tech death. So the guy is a crazy guitarist, crazy sound engineer, crazy streamer.
Insane streamer. I love his streams.
Which, by the way, congrats on the affiliation.
Oh yeah, Bleeding, congratulations.
Congrats on that. And,
I was so happy to see that because we pushed him to join Twitch. You know, I'm so happy.
Safe, for sure, go down and check their band and just check. I will just check Bleeding. I will send
his
you
name is actually Prasad. So
yeah, Prasad. And Saram is saying, sorry, Safe. I would have been that guy running to Burj Al Arab, pretending like I go there regularly.
Oh no.
+1 for Lunasis. Yeah. Saram also likes Lunasis. I mean, Saram had a band here also, Soul Fuel. They were, dude, all of the guys in the comment, most of them, they're like, you know, ex-musicians or musicians from the scene. So
you know that I still have to listen to Soul Fuel. I've listened to so many bands from like everyone I know, but that one band I'm still like, you know, yet to, like I told you, I have a huge ass list. So yeah.
Oh man, mad love, guys. I wouldn't be where I am on Twitch without you guys.
Thank
man,
you,
come on, don't mention all that.
They can check us out and give us like any feedback from their side, because we always take feedback regardless. Like
yeah, for sure.
We've gotten people who are just like oh, how's your like very good critical feedback, where it's like, oh, like how do you guys work? What's your workflow? I think you guys can improve in such and such, and we're like, okay, thanks for the advice. And then there's people who send us. I got a guy like after Ego release, I got a guy sending me paragraphs of how much we suck. And
who's
like
this
how
guy? Give me the name. I'll go shoot this guy. Who
I
the
swear. And he's like, nah, what you're doing, like the way you guys, your workflow is like shit, and like your production and shit. And I'm just like, we're very we like the way we work. And then he's like, oh, it's not professional sounding, it's not this and that. And I'm like, oh, inshallah, the next one will be.
Well, wait, I have a question. Was it someone from like your peer group, or was it someone like a random person happening up on the music?
Just the guy who wanted us to like be like, oh, please show us how to mix music.
Just a keyboard warrior, dude.
What the
dude, I had worse things. Dude, Safe. I got off the stage, and I like, you know, I don't want to name drop, but you know, one of the musicians in the scene comes to me and is like, man, your band sounds like Limp Bizkit, Deftones, and a sprinkle of corn. I'm like, dude, thank you very much. It means the world to me.
Yeah.
So. And again, later on in the years,
what a description!
I had a talk with him, and regarding something else, and we were talking, and we were discussing his band. He's like, "Man, I hate." He was saying he hates when, like, they compare his band to, like, you know, to those famous bands. Like, I don't want to name drop, and I'm like, "Why you hate it, man? You should take it in a good way that you're actually doing something right, that you're giving them." That feeling that you sound like that major band.
I have a point here to say that there is so much music out there. Okay, there are bands that are drawing inspiration from parts of here and there. Like even Saif said, like there is so many aspects of different bands and genres that are being mashed together. Like for example, White Morgue. Okay, I really cannot put them in a genre. I really cannot. So like that's the new generation, or that's the path that some bands are taking, and they maybe they sound like something specific in certain, like for example, there are bands that have parts that have heavy breakdowns, some have like, you know, very melodic kind of a feel. So like it depends on what they want to do, because there's already so much music existing. How much can you do, man?
Even Saram is saying people love to tell people how much they suck, mostly because they suck. That's social media, and that's social media in a nutshell. And also Dirty looks like Fred Durst.
You mean Farid Durst?
Everyone in my circle, like they call me Fred Durst. It's just, you know,
Farsi Fred Durst.
dude, I love that band. I don't care. You can, you know, do whatever.
Yeah,
It's like, you know
yeah.
what? It's like that guy who told you, you know, your music sucks.
Yeah.
You know, you just tell him thank you very much. You know?
No, I was very much. I was like, thanks, man. I learned from this, and eventually, like, hopefully, the next song will be better. And he kept on like being like, no. Like, can I produce for you, basically? And I'm just like, it kept on going to a point that I was just like, okay, send me your music and stuff. And he's just like, oh, I've never done heavy music. And I'm like, then why are you talking to me?
What an upfront dick.
And like when we released Killing Me Psycho, it's funny that you mentioned about the comparisons. I got compared when like someone who very obviously didn't listen to like metal regularly or any like heavy stuff was like, Saif, you know, you sound like Kurt Cobain in your songs. And I'm like, oh, thanks. I don't really like take him as like an inspiration for vocals, but like Nirvana is one of my biggest inspirations anyway. And he's just like, no, you sound too much like him. Like you need to be more.
Yeah, I feel a little heavier version, like, you know, because his voice is heavy. So like when he say, you need to hear him sing. Like, oh my God,
for sure.
soothing as fuck. First of all, like very relaxing voice.
Thank you so much.
Like if you would you like, okay, if you would like to collaborate with someone, maybe from like your dream team bands or an artist that you recently met, who would it be?
I think it would be Metallica, man.
Why give him the...
I mean, Metallica can do like. I think they're just amazing doing their own thing, you know.
I planted the seed in his head. Say Metallica.
No, because I heard Metallica and I'm just like, no. I was like, I think Metallica can do their own thing. I don't think that like, because Metallica, like their style has been just that, like, for so many number of years, and they're amazing at it. But like, I don't know. Like for example, my biggest influences, I think my like. If my brother's watching this, he's gonna be screaming, saying like, "You're just say it." Like one of my biggest music influences is Mike Patton, especially for Faith No More. Dude is like probably the most underrated and the best vocalist I've ever heard in my life, and like just because of his range and based on his style, how he goes from like he has a black metal band, he turned his ska band into like a deathcore band. Yep. He has like this alternative like hard rock stuff with Faith No More. And then he does like Italian croon music as well, and I'm like, how can you not like think if you're a fan of him, how can you not say him?
I mean, dude, what kind of advice you have, or like, you know, what type of, if you had the chance to be not rude, but you know, to be kind of how to say it, diplomatic about your answer against those haters, how would you reply to them if you had the chance?
We don't give a shit.
Exactly.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Nice.
That's a great
Very
one.
straightforward and like...
I mean, that needs to be this way all the time. And Sarim is saying, sorry guys, break over, cheers and have fun. Take care, man. Thanks a lot for dropping by, man.
Thank you so much, Sarim. We miss you. Take care of yourself. Be safe.
Take care. I mean, dude, Saif, you're still like, you know, in the peak of like getting into the whole thing. You're gonna be hearing shit from left and right. They're gonna be like, dude, I remember even in the gigs they had a funny dance for my band. Like, dude, by the way, my band either played first or last, so we never had prime time. Like, never. So either we played for the hookers or we played for the janitors. Like, just two. we were not anywhere in the middle. That's people like either we played for the musicians that they were all like a bunch of friends.
Like you guys were doing gigs and you just like the opening band or the main event. That's how I was thinking.
Yeah, so they used to do a dance for our music. It was like, you know, doing this. It means like it's a dance music. And I'm like, okay, cool, man. I mean, is this the way you want to support me? So, you know, fuck it. Support me this way. I don't give a shit. But, you know, shit talkers is always, they will be there.
For AKB's music?
Yeah, AKB's music. Dude, as he said, because Saif told me yesterday in the off stream when we were, you know, talking, he said, like, you know, they are too hardcore for the non-metal heads. And they are too soft for the metalheads. Yeah, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Saif. Say it.
That's kind of our mission statement.
It's like crazy. Like, even with like, okay, my band's genre is like nu metal, so we don't like, we are kind of hated by the metal scene, and we are okay. And I'm not talking about the you know, the general, like, you know, the general metal scene in the world.
Oh, I hate. Let people play music.
Exactly. I mean, dude, it takes. Yeah, go ahead.
this is like I don't believe in. Well, obviously it exists. I just don't believe in like having to categorize things in genres and stuff because, like, they're like, oh, you try to be thrash metal, but you're doing a shit job at it, and I'm like, what? Why? Who cares? You're not trying to like the first song that we released, "Killing Me Psycho." People were like, this is kind of thrash metal. I hear the elements, but it's not like going fully. And then there's people who are like, this is just ska. And then some people are like, this is just punk. And I'm like, you're kind of right, because all I was listening to while we were recording this was Rancid, obviously Metallica, and like just a bunch of like different, like seeing what different bands like could incorporate into this song. And then it was like literally like the laziest song we've ever written, and it was like it did good. People like it. People like caught like it was for a project initially, and then people were kind of going towards this like very lazily written song rather than some other songs that I wrote at the time. And like, yeah, it's weird. I can't categorize things into genres. Like,
I mean, you know, Saif, like, for example, there are people out there, like he said, there are going to be haters. And then there are also the other side, flip side of the things where someone's going to listen to your music just for the sake of listening, or just because they like the band, or just because, you know, they like your voice or the type of the music style, or, you know, it could be a random reason. Like, maybe they just...
people for every genre, you know.
Like, dude, there are people that might come across your music... Sorry
about that. Thing is, we love the criticism that we get. We will take any feedback that we can get because it's just helping us learn more and helping us learn more perspectives. But if someone's telling us that we're shit, I'll be like, okay, who else do you think is shit? You think the guy playing the guitar earlier was shit? Because I thought he was really good. And like, I don't believe, like I told you from the beginning, I don't believe in good musicians. I don't believe in like only the best musicians have to play guitar. If you can't play all these scales, you can't do lead guitar. Why? All the best guitarists only know one way of doing scales. And honestly, about like the hated part, I will know that I made it when someone calls Metarust overrated. I will know that I made it that way by then. If someone hates us, I love it. I love it as much as people like love us, you know.
I remember my drummer Ziad.
That
was
is
like,
such a positive way of looking at it.
Ziad was like, you know, people telling him like, your band's genre is like too repetitive, and she was like, yeah, thank you very much for not like. This was Ziad's reply to the guy. It's like, thank you very much for not liking it. More the merrier for us. So like, fuck off, you know.
I mean, if there are true fans, they will come over and over and like listen. You'll be on their favorite lists and like, you know, their most liked songs. So.
But then if like others. How I approach it is I just go to it. Okay, what part of it don't you like? What part of, like they'd be like the screaming, and I'm like, actually, I'm not really screaming. I'm just yelling in this song, or. What do you call it? The screams may come in intervals, and they're just like, no, they're just like, you're always shouting. Why are you shouting? Why not sing properly? I'm like, does it suit the song? And then some of them would be like, no. And then there's some people who just give the criticism, but then I'll be like, oh, what part don't you like? And they'd just be like, you know, just like that.
Oh yeah, man. And Amir was in the house. What's up, Amir, man? Thanks a lot for dropping by, man.
Thank you so much. Welcome
Amir is a guitarist from the Abu Dhabi-based and Dubai-based band Coat of Arms. A great freaking band. And he's saying, yep. And he's saying AKB is one of the most fun bands live. Thank you very much.
That's so sweet.
Thank you very much. BRGC 1002 is in the house. What's up?
We met him on Nox's stream last Sunday.
Thank you very much for dropping by.
Welcome to the stream as well. Welcome everyone.
This is our guest, Saif Sami. He's the guitarist from a band called Metarust from Dubai. So we're just digging into his journey and how much the haters love his band and stuff. So we're talking about that stuff. So if you guys have any questions for Saif, please just drop it in the comment section.
I actually want to ask him, I mostly, whenever we bring some kind of musician guest, I always ask him this, that do you have any kind of bucket list instrument that you want to learn next in your next phase of life, something that you want to learn?
If I had time, I'd love to learn piano or something like that. For me, it's just guitars or drums, but even guitars to an extent, there's so many new types of playing that I wish I'm learning so hard to try to keep up with modern styles.
Wow. You're the third musician to tell me that you want to learn piano. Oh, I mean, is it that
ironic? Because usually how it goes is the first music thing my parents took me to learn was piano, and I hated it because it was just it was just some guy in his apartment with like keyboards around and making me learn Hindi songs by like playing like one by one. And I was barely learning anything.
Hindi songs. Oh God, sorry for the torture.
Yeah, Amir saying safe. He's just saying safe.
Here's the thing, coat of arms. Like anytime that we get, like I've was interviewed in like Dubai Eye Radio and like a few
nice.
others, and
That's
like
cool.
Khalees times. And anytime that these guys, these people would ask us like, who are your main influences and stuff. If you're a metal band and you can't like, you know what band is you're going to be your main influence. But I actually always say Svengali and Coat of Arms because they're like two of the bands that always that like we met them personally and like they're the ones that showed us that you can actually have a career in music in Dubai. You can have a career in audio engineering and stuff. Sorry.
Right. Yeah. Puberty part 2.
Amir is saying five-piece band of your favorite musicians. Go.
Ooh. On the spot.
That's hard. Alive or dead?
Amir, alive or dead?
Or both.
I'm just the middleman here, just sending messages.
And I'm overthinking it because I'm just like, this would be good, but then like would they suit each other? And yeah,
I think he's saying both.
definitely Mike Patton on vocals, Cliff on bass, Dime on guitar, and
So far as a thrash band, okay.
I mean, he likes Metallica. What do you expect? Yeah.
it's just gonna be the latest Mr. Bungle record. Joy Jordanson on drums, yeah.
Oh, rest in
nice.
peace, man. He was a great drummer, man. Cliff
I actually
Burton.
like. Here's the thing, my brother and I both we love Joy Jordanson like pretty much as much as we love Jay Weinberg's drums because I think he brought another sense. Joy Jordanson felt like a focus on Slipknot, kind of. Like everyone was kind of separated. I think Jay Weinberg was more like the glue of Slipknot.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Right.
last time I heard Slipknot was Subliminal Verses. Other than that, I just heard the singles they released because for me, Subliminal, like, it stopped. Like, for example, with Korn, it stopped at Take a Look Around and Take a Look in the Mirror album. After that, it's like, meh. It's like...
Well, that's because you're still like, listening and like...
Hey, I found better music.
I need a soundboard with shots fired,
By the way, he also, I had a talk with him. He's like, he cannot get the whole hype behind Tool. Join. You guys are happy now. Huh?
Listen,
Happy.
I need to give him a big ass bro fist when I meet him. Because every single thing he's saying to you is exactly everything I nag every day to him. Okay, about music.
So the bassist of our band, Marwan, he's obsessed with Tool.
God bless him.
Like, and it's not to a point that like, and it's not to a point that it's like I actually listen to like any like time that he's like, no, this we should have capture this kind of vibe. I'll actually listen to it. I'll actually try to capture like the bass tone that he wants and everything like that. Amazing. And I'll actually take his influences, but they just haven't clicked for me, and I know it's just haven't clicked for me yet.
Yeah.
And Amir is saying, I never thought that I hear Bashiri say Korn and meh in the same. Dude, it's not that I don't like Korn, dude. It's just like, they. Maybe you can call me that, person that I enjoy the classical shit that they did. I mean.
I have so much shit to say about this because every band goes through evolution over time. Okay, like one of the biggest example that I see is Linkin Park. That evolved out of a lot of genres that they went through, a lot of different types of music, and they also came out of the new era of that era of new metal. So imagine that much that heavy sound to what they were sounding in their last album, and then
dude, Meteora was a beautiful album.
Dude,
Crazy
for me, my heart is just stuck on Hybrid Theory. I cannot get past that album. I can't. Like R.I.P. Chester, but I can't. It's just stuck with me. So that there are many. Okay, so about Tool. Okay, let me not jump guns,
She
but
still wants to bury.
Wait. Okay, so this, I don't know what is it about Tool fans. All of them have that thing that they are like a cult level of they are gods for them. Okay, so every single time I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't mind you putting some Tool on. This guy will go on a rant about how amazing that band band is, about Maynard, the singer, everything, and how they compile music, about the the subliminal message behind the music and the songs. And I'm like, dude, can I just listen? Can I just listen? Can I just listen?
I get that too from Marwan, but I give him back with Faith No More as well. Like, he's not into Faith No More as much as me, or Pantera as much as me, and I keep giving him the same kind of like treatment that he gives me with Tool. So it's like,
at least you have that.
It's not because of that, but like, it happens to be like that. That's like kind of our relationship. But I can't believe like you like we just went past him saying that Slipknot's not better after Subliminal versus.
No, dude, Slipknot is amazing. I'm not saying Slipknot is bad.
I think that he just didn't hear.
I just stopped listening to it because, dude, to be honest to you, when Subliminal Versus came out, I was like early into the music scene in Dubai, so I joined the band. So I was just like, started listening to the dude. I don't know if you heard about the band back in the days called Nicotine.
I think I have.
So I was one of the core band members. This band, I wasn't a core band member. I joined the band, and my first entry exam to join the band was to learn "Sweet Child of Mine" on bass. So,
yes,
exactly. So I learned the most fucking boring shit ever, and I was like, can someone lend me a shotgun? But the band was going somewhere, so I had to listen to that type of things, Guns N' Roses. Wow.
Why are you fumbling? It's my job.
This is the 2 night of not having sleep. Anyway,
okay.
Guns N' Roses,
I guess
and again, it was Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam. So I'm like, okay, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Metallica, okay, I like. But Guns N' Roses never grew on me. So I have, like, the latest thing I've heard from Slipknot is The Devil and I.
Even like a couple of years back, they released another album as well. So like they have a lot of stuff that they're doing,
Man,
I love Great Chapter, but like the latest album also like would just blow us away, and they like really tested how far. I think
do you like Stone Sour?
I love Stone Sour.
So for the longest time, I treated them like how I treated Foo Fighters, which is just they have great songs. It's very hit or miss, and then Hydrograd came out, and I don't know why that album like just glued it. Like I was glued to that album. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like what of that album? Because like they have such great riffs and stuff like that, but they just can't get it stuck in my head. But Hydrograd got stuck in my head like the whole time that I was listening to it.
Exactly.
There's some songs that I'm just like I prefer these songs over this song and this song over this song, and then like I don't know. If I listen back to them now, I get nostalgic because I'm just like, wow, I was really obsessed with this album. Like. I don't know why. I never liked them properly until Hydrograd, even though I love like some of the songs Through Glass.
Through Glass was a very commercial one.
Yeah. So there's a comment from Amir. He's saying we all have it with our favorite bands: LP after Meteora, Lamb of God after Sacrament. I mean, okay, so I'm a Lamb of God like.
Why you guys trigger
Dude, okay, no. Dude, their latest album, which is also named Lamb of God, which they released in, I think, 2020, last year. And there are amazing songs on it, like Poison Dream. There is On the Hook. There are, like, amazing songs. I mean, I just love the band. So,
I tried. I can't. I don't know why. Like it's perfectly in like the kind of music that I love so much, but I don't know why. Like I love Randy Blythe's vocals, but I don't know why. Maybe I prefer it live over because I remember watching that video where he did the Suicide Silence, the cover, and like he was in the crowd singing. What was it? Like it was like You Only Live Once. That blew me away. That was like I'm getting goosebumps just remembering it.
Yeah,
but I mean, don't know why I can't sit down and listen to a Lamb of God.
Actually, if you go to see, even their lyrics are amazing. For example, in that album that I was talking about, the one that they released recently, there is a song called Reality Bath. And dude, whenever I listen to the lyrics, I'm like, holy shit, it's the same feel that Parkway Drive song, what's that song? Shit. Hope You Rot. So like they write about a lot of like how media is like portraying stuff and like how no one gives a shit about calamities after they happen or like events that happen after like a couple of months, and like it's just a trend at that period of time, and then everyone stops hashtagging or like giving a shit about any movements. So like they're very like politically aware, and like they write about literally reality. So that's why I like that band a lot.
Okay, this is a good segue. I have a question for you, Saif. The thing is, like, we were talking about, like, artists changing their direction and writing albums and stuff. So coming back to Metarust, do you guys like have I'm sure you have a couple of like like a lot of unfinished stuff that you're gonna go back to just to fix it or like record other stuff on top of it. My question is that was it always like you guys need to have a concept about it, or it needs to be like much more it can be only emotional driven, so how was it for you guys?
We're a very emotional driven band. We like for us, I don't know, what's the point of metal if it's not emotional, What's the point of screaming if there's nothing to scream about? If I don't know, our style kind of came in, like we didn't realize until like we released the fourth song that we're just like, okay, so we have a theme going on, we have a structure that's actually working, because like our songs just happen to be about like kind of like psychology of oneself, and like their internal dialogue, and we don't, how we kind of do it is that, like, for example, if you listen to our song, you read our lyrics, we want you to tell us what your interpretation is, because we know what we're doing, but at the same time we'd love to hear other people's interpretation. People thought Killing Me Psycho was about like something political. People thought Killing Me Psycho was about going crazy for some reason, and when like if you want a spoiler, it's actually about misjudgment and like being judged for your opinions while you think you're perfectly normal, and then it just drives you crazy. But that's pretty much like what that song is about. And then Crutch City is about another topic, and then Ego is about, well, like kind of reflecting ego with society. And like it's we have a theme going on that it started out as very unintentional, but now we kind of use it as a kind of a base if we ever get lost with writing. And then Ego and Keep in Touch were our two singles that were like, this is working really well. This type of storytelling. The storytelling is like, it's not just a jam. It's not just a 7-minute jam. It's not like half effort kind of stuff. This is actually us giving efforts and having fun with it and making a statement basically, which people are actually like gravitating towards. So we sometimes tend to go back to those songs, but then I think you'll hear the next two. If the next two singles are going to come out very, very soon, and you're going to hear probably the drastic difference compared to everything that we've done so far.
That's awesome. I cannot wait. What is the other things that can the fans can be expecting from the band, that like the concepts or like the emotions or the new stuff? Can you give us like a glimpse of how it sounds?
We can do whatever we want. We can play it however way we want. We can play whatever style that's very emotional driven, and it's gonna, you won't be disappointed, hopefully, and it's gonna be stuck in your head. Like, the one thing driving factor for us is the hook. We always have the hook in our songs.
Nice. I mean, even in Ego, I felt that, I like when you listen to that song, you'll understand what I'm saying. Like it after a couple of listens, I was like, okay, this is something that will haunt me for a couple of days, where my ears will crave it. Like that's the kind of music that they've come up with. So okay, whenever you perform live, by the way, did you have any instances where something like crazy happened?
Like
I
funny
mean,
or
or yeah.
Nothing really people tend to take us seriously for some reason whenever we perform. People, like, I remember we were performing for this thing called Tiger Fest in March 2019. It was like a full festival happening in Silicon Oasis. Wow. And a lot of bands were performing, and it was treated like a full festival. There were like Krispy Kreme and like food trucks around. There was like car showcases and stuff, and then there was like a stage where bands were performing, and there was some like really cool metal bands that were performing and like really like killing it. There's some bands that were just doing like Bon Jovi covers and stuff, and then throughout them they had like this guy in a tiger costume that was like dancing around with them as well, and we thought that was actually kind of really cool. And then when we got on stage, there was like, it was as if there was like ears, and I was just like, why aren't they reacting like the way that the others react? But like, we see them like giving attention. We like audience participation, so anytime we're like getting them to take part in the song. They are, and we're like, wow. Like I even went to the guy in the tiger costume afterwards, and we're just like, what happened? Why didn't you come on? And he's just like, bro, they didn't let me. They were saying like, don't ruin the performance. And at that time it was just me and my brother, because Marwan was in like university in another country at the time. Any like inconveniences were just like probably just tech stuff. Like I don't like listening to myself too loud, so like I kind of like space away anytime like I hear myself through the monitors. Yeah, like. I mean, actually, there was a point in Pizza Express where my brother and I were performing. Like, we read the room. We're just like, okay, let's perform some bluesy stuff, some soft stuff. And then, after we were done, we were one of the first people to perform at that night. And then the hostess was like, oh, is that it? And I'm just like, we could perform another song. And then I just looked at my brother and we're just like, killing me psycho, and we started just yelling in Pizza Express, and like we saw people like. It was like even a DI Queen guitar, like I was playing on a Gretsch, but I was still like gang, like really loud, and just like screaming and shouting my head off. People weren't interacting, but we didn't care. We were just yelling our head off and just disturbing people's nights, but like we enjoyed it.
Nice.
What I wanted to say, like regarding people like being dead, dude. I had my fair share of like having like dealing with a dead crowd is just the worst thing you as a musician or as an artist you need in your life.
But now you have one fangirl at least.
Yeah.
So
you reminded me, we had to perform for a cousin's wedding.
Wow.
And they're like we like rock and we like hard rock, and we want you guys to perform for our wedding. And this is like the Punjabi style wedding.
Why?
Lots of aunties not giving a shit about us. And it was like just before we went, like we were very nervous, and this is one of the first times that I was like debating with being a singer or not. And then my cousin comes up to me and gives me pani puri, and I'm like, it's not spicy, right? Because I have to sing later. And they're just like, no, it's not spicy at all. It fried my throat. I couldn't sing. I couldn't do anything. So we just jammed to like just White Stripes, Nirvana, and Metallica. Like just jammed to it basically.
How the wedding go?
They were super like the people who like wanted us to perform were super simple, but like the rest couldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a fan of Puni Puri.
Say it.
Pani Puri. So like I can imagine how much it must have tortured you.
No man, dude. I remember.
Especially before performing. Damn.
Man, I remember my drummer, he just before our set, is like, let's say there's 2 minutes we want to get on stage.
Yeah.
He buys a trays of shots.
Wow.
And like, he downs all of it, and I'm like, dude, why you do this?
Holy shit. I mean, how can you even function after that?
Oh man, Z...
Like you
by
normal
the way,
person would black out.
Saif, you gotta get along with Z a lot because he's a huge Mike Patton fan. Huge.
Like, it's nice to know someone else that's pissing other people off talking about Mike.
Yeah. I mean, I get along with him because he's a tool head as well. So, you know, that was the first thing me and him got along to.
Okay.
So
like I mean when they get together and they talk about Tool, I'm like sitting like in a corner like a lamp basically. Yeah. Like once they start, dude, once Tool fans they start, it's like a rant for at least minimum 2 hours.
Yeah, because it's great music.
So basically the Tool song.
Sorry, what?
So basically the length of a Tool song.
I will not.
I need a shots fired soundboard.
No, there's
okay?
nothing shots fired.
Dude, I need it.
I dare anyone, including me and you both, to write anything like remotely near to Tool.
There he goes.
I'm alright not do that.
No, seriously, I'm not joking.
I mean, he can at least say it. Like, I used to sing traditional.
Listen to me, woman. 4-piece band, which each member is a lead.
I think you hit a nerve.
No, I didn't hit. I'm trying to explain.
I'm telling him he hit a nerve.
I get exactly how you just described it. I get that exactly. But I just feel like, for example, the mix also, I just don't like the way that the latest album was mixed even. And I kind of studied the way that the engineer does it, and he just like I'm just like, why is the bass like the most overpowering thing, and why is Maynard's voice very very trebly? Why is there no bass in his voice? And the guy was like, oh, I don't give two shits about bass. I just care about drums.
Well, I mean, dude, the thing is, like, that's the whole big ass debate for Tool heads. Like, you know, in our opinion, this album sounds like the previous album, which they released 13 years ago. So, you know, as a Tool fan, you would expect something new from the band. But again, every band has their due dates, so
Yeah.
they cannot, like, you know. Sorry if I'm like, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, diss your favorite bands or something.
Dude,
Like,
don't worry about it.
like you, Metallica. What else can Metallica put out?
Exactly, I get that exact
Yeah.
thing. I see them perform, and I'm just like for example, James growls in Fight Fire with Fire, and I'm just like, why doesn't he do that for like a new song? And then there's some stuff. Have you listened to Lulu?
Yep.
If you listen to it just for Metallica, it blows me away that this is Metallica playing this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I mean, dude, there is a lot of bands. For example, Deftones. Deftones, they did a lot of different albums, which it was not their thing.
Yeah.
Like, they suck at it, to be honest. Like, dude, Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit, dude. Even the guitarist Wes Borland, he himself said in a documentary, is like, man, no one wants to hear any more new Limp Bizkit. You know, we go on stage
Yeah.
and they
Is
just
it-
want to listen to the old stuff.
Is it the Woodstock 99 one which you showed me? Is it that one?
This
Or
is
not the
new.
documentary?
No, this is new. This the what's it called? The documentary is only about new metal.
All right, okay.
So you know, he says no one wants to listen to anything new. They just want to hear the classics. I mean, every band has a due date, and you just can.
because they reach a point where they turn into like, I mean, somewhat of millionaires with finding this one groove. So why not just keep going for this groove? Why would you risk it with
Unless
like
you be Mike Patton, that he has like several fucking projects.
a million different projects? I mean, dude didn't want to be like. If you listen to his kind of like style, and if you listen to his opinions, he doesn't favor his Faith No More stuff compared to his like, which is would arguably his most successful stuff, compared to his Mr. Bungle stuff, compared to his Italian Crew and music, compared to his more expensive experimental stuff. If you like watched him back in like VH1 videos and stuff like that, he didn't like the fact that he got famous.
Okay. I'll just read the comments here. BRGC saying, I'm lurking, just playing. No worries.
No worries, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the
Thank you
support,
for
brother.
staying. Catharsis Muse, first of all, love the handle. Love the username. Catharsis Muse.
Oh,
Because it reminds me of Motorhead's album. They have a song called Catharsis.
Okay.
So,
Didn't know.
sorry,
Do
just a
you
random.
know the guy? Do you know this person, Saif?
He's my brother.
All
Oh,
right. He's
okay.
saying, question for Seth. Who do you hate more, Tool or Dream Theater? Oh my God.
Hit a nerve, yeah? Hit a nerve.
Because I like Dream Theater. That's why.
I had a debate. Do you know Randy from SAE?
Yep.
So he was one of our like audio lecturers, and this is like I
He's
was
still
having-
around? Wow, Randy.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
too
He's
old.
I think he's like promoted even higher. But yeah, he was in the room when like he was asking me like, oh, what are your musical references and stuff, and I'm like, kind of whatever fits the vibe of a song. And then he'd be like, oh, say if you're a guitarist, you like Dream Theater. Dream Theater's coming to Dubai. You are you going for that? And I'm like, I never liked Dream Theater. I actually kind of despise them because of how many people loved them around me and couldn't stop talking. Dream Theater and Opeth were two bands that I'm just like, I could not give less of a shit. Because of-
I'm on that with you for
Opeth?
Opeth.
How much people like stuffed that down my throat. More than Tool. Like, I heard, because this is like freaking Dubai's metal scene at a point where it was just like Dream Theater and Opeth, and I was like, I can't. And then he said like, oh, how can you hate them? The mixes are really great and mixes are flawless. And I'm like, Dream Theater was the first band that I was like I'm into Metallica, I love Injustice for All, but Dream Theater was the band that I was like, wow, I don't like this. I really don't like how this sounds. Opeth, I just don't.
You don't get the hype behind it.
Dude, everyone in my university was dun 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 digga dun 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 dun, and I was like, let me go check these guys out, and they're just standing there with their instruments. They're not doing much for the like performance. There's not much emotion. This is just my opinions. I can be wrong, and like 5 or 10 years from now, I might be like, holy shit, what I've been full of shit all this time. I've said like strong opinions against Metallica at a point also, and then immediately.
No, man,
like,
dude, people grow, and
See,
as
I
musicians,
love both
yeah.
the bands that you mentioned.
Yeah.
So like,
well,
yeah.
it's only fair with how much I slam Tool.
I mean, yeah. I give you that.
You had a lot of nerves here, man. Even bleeding is like, bruh.
Bruh,
It's like
exactly.
-1 for shitting on Opeth.
Dude, Opeth is like they are legends for me.
It's less about Opeth. It's more about like the people that were obsessed with them, and it was always that one song, on and on and on. It was just
Yeah.
that one song I would hear, and I'm like, please show me a second or third song.
I mean, there are fans that they get into the band just because of these famous mainstream kind of songs that get famous because of either they have a video or like they are the most played on the album or something like that. And then what they do is they go to newbies like who have never listened to that that band or that album, and then they just shove it down their throats. So that's how someone begins to hate it. Instead of giving them their space to, okay, you know what, just stay, like, listen to it, like, see the technicality, see the vocal style, see, what kind of feel, what the lyrics say, and then make your judgment. That's a good way to, like, lure someone in, you know?
People need to know, like, kind of study the person that they're kind of study their audience, and then know what's that gateway song to, like,
Exactly.
like, I didn't like Metallica for the longest time, but I was being shown Trapped Under Ice, like My Apocalypse, Enter Sandman, which I just never resonated with them. And then Marwan showed me Master of Puppets, and like when listening to it, I was like, this is everything I want from a song and more. And then that's when it like I dived deep into Metallica. Pantera, same thing. People were always showing me Cemetery Gates and Cowboys from Hell, which are amazing songs. No, Cowboys from Hell and Walk. And I was like, these are amazing songs.
Dude, Pantera, the one of the best songs to listen to if someone's like, it's like a gateway, Primal Concrete Sledge.
Oh,
it will blow their face off.
Like the thing is, like, there is sorry to cut you off. There's a lot of hidden tracks in these bands that maybe you can resonate with them, but again, I'm completely with you when someone shoved the thing up your throat.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy.
Which you did with Tool.
Shut up. Oh, Nezo Music is in the house. What's up, Nezo?
Hi, Nezo. How
Thank
are
you very much for
Nezu?
stopping by.
Is it Nezu or Nezo?
Nezo.
Okay.
And Grim.
Grimace is my dad. Wow.
Wow, man, you guys have...
These usernames are just insane.
How do you guys keep a track of it? I don't know. Anyway, this person is saying, can you guys pause? I need to go to the bathroom.
First of all, thank you for dropping by on the stream. I'm so glad that you're here. Take your time. We're just goofing around and reading comments anyways.
Bleeding is saying, bruh, I'm wearing a Pantera
There you
t-shirt.
go. Nice coincidence.
Pandera.
Remember Nick Uzi? His joke?
Yeah. I mean, dude, Pantera, and the thing is, like, man, as a musician, believe me, dude, I never thought I'm gonna be listening to mumble rap, but everyone have their day. That if you say that you're gonna be staying hardcore, to your roots and stick around, and like, dude, for example, Bleeding is one of the best examples I can give. This guy listens to proggy stuff, to death metal stuff, to anything extreme, and he likes acoustic stuff. Like, the diversity.
Yeah, like for example, like I listen to a lot of hardcore shit where the general feel of the song is like, the basic riff or the hook is like, there. But with Lunacist, I recognize that there are so many sections to each of their song. Like one section is like very heavy metal. One section is very like, technical, exactly. But then the breakdown comes in, and then I'm like, wow, like that blows my mind,
By the way, Saif, where do you stand with the whole prog element in the music? Are you with it or against it, or you're just meh?
I don't care for the technical aspects of it, but if it's done with a point to it, then yeah, I'm all for it. I don't think it's my cup of tea, honestly, because like I'm more thrash metal, I'm more punk, I'm more
nice,
like new metal as well. I'm more like just I like emotion showcased in the songs more than the technicalities. I mean, there are bands that I've recently got into, like Dillinger Escape Plan, that like have like these weird technicalities to the song, but like they're doing it with a lot of emotion as well. They're like, my first time seeing them was in a Golden Gods Awards show, and I was like, this is everyone's stereotype of heavy metal, but it's actually amazing. And like, what do you call it? I don't know. I'm very like genre kind of person. I don't really follow genres. Like, and about the like dynamic thing, I have Slipknot, Pantera, and Avatar, for example, in my top 10 bands, along with Arctic Monkeys and Paramore. You know.
Paramore. That's another one that I like.
And here's the thing: I didn't like Paramore. So like, what my best friend was always as obsessed as I was with Metallica. She was obsessed with Paramore, and I never got into them properly until after. I always thought that they were very soft. I always said like they're not soft. They're too soft. I don't get it. Blah blah blah. After Laughter comes out, it's just full on like bubblegum pop kind of stuff, and I loved it. It was literally I literally listened through this album and was like, this is the best album I've ever listened to.
Yeah.
This is Sonic, best album I've listened to. Like everything, how it's done and everything, I was like, this is perfect.
And also Haley's voice, dude. She has
She's
a majestic voice.
Yeah.
Like she can get heavy if she wants, and she can go like as melodic and like very, you know, like the really like sweet harmonies that you want to listen to.
Exactly. I
like
mean,
she's amazing.
Dude, she's crazy. And BRGC.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I just want to read a couple of the comments. It's BRGC 1002 saying back in high school.
Wait, there are more comments.
I messed it out. He's saying your topic is really nice. Music is life. And Bleeding is saying much love Phoenix. Dillinger is bomb. Speaking of bomb, anyone here of Car Bomb? What is Car Bomb, bro?
Is that
it's a band? I think it's a band. And BRGC is saying back in high school we used to play Paramore songs.
No way! You were in a band, BRGC?
Oh, that's nice, man. And Nezo Music is saying, yeah, Dillinger is awesome, but they also have simpler, very catchy songs.
I still have to listen to this one.
And Grim is saying, oops, gotta go again.
Oh,
wow,
no.
Bro, I hope you're doing well.
I hope you're okay.
And Nezo Music is saying Car Bomb is sick too. I've never heard about
I have
Car
to,
Bomb.
I mean, after the stream, I'm going to try and listen to both of these bands. And also Pale Dusk, the one that he mentioned. So I have a lot of shit.
Bleeding is saying, if you fans of Paramore, check out Spirit Box, please.
Oh, for sure.
Have you heard Spirit Box, Safe?
You know what? I have a goldfish fucking memory, so I'm going to write these down because there's no way I'm remembering all of this.
Spirit Box are really amazing. I think they're killing it now. I think they're like the modern band that's actually doing insane.
So I mean, it's a good segue for this question. Like nowadays, on the general globe of this whole music industry, which artists do you think they're making a killing?
I mean, are you talking metal or just in general?
In general, I mean, with my sessions, I don't really just focus on metal because I gave up on that whole topic
because of context. That's
yeah.
I don't know. I think Billie Eilish is doing insanely good. Like,
which I kind of like her shit. Kinda.
Yeah, I mean, like she's changing the game, and she's showing that like whether she's an industry plant or not, she's showing that you can be a bedroom musician and win Grammys. Like, you don't have to be like this big superstar and that acts like they're better than everyone. Ginger's awesome.
Yeah,
Ginger, they're mentioning, dude. What if that vocalist? What's her name?
Yeah,
Tatia?
I don't know.
What's her name?
I have no clue.
But what a badass chick.
Yep.
Oh
She's
my
crazy.
God.
Don't you
Like,
two are reminding me that whoever said Ginger, Bleeding, I hate you.
Why?
Because when they came to Dubai, first band to get a call to open up for them, it was my band.
Then what happened?
I was in and out of surgeries.
Oh, baby. It's okay. Shit happens, man. Maybe it was not meant to be, you know?
Yeah.
You just have to face it. Maybe you might open for someone else later on in future.
Yeah.
Someone bigger in the future.
Maybe you might open for Limp Bizkit. Who knows?
Dude, I will sell my kidney for Limp Bizkit.
Another person that's doing it now is Poppy.
Who's Poppy?
Poppy's insane. Oh, come on.
Ooh.
Poppy's so good. She had like
Tatiana.
She had like a very like creepy kind of stint on YouTube for a while, and she's very like dolled up kind of girl. And then she released a metal album with her being like this kind of aesthetic, and then she started releasing singles and EPs that got better and better and better progressively.
Ooh.
Like, I highly recommend it.
I even like the chick from the lead. Is she in like Arch Enemy or is she in Children of Bodom?
Bodom?
Bottom.
Yeah. What is
Bottom?
bottom?
I don't know.
Bottom?
See, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Your bottom hurting?
See, I'm a simple Indian. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Children
So
of bottom.
bottom. Okay.
Bottom.
Wait, why didn't they just make it T then?
It's bottom. It's not bottom. Anyway.
Anyways,
carry
is it
on.
bottom? Okay. So there you go. That's another one. So like the who's that? Her name is
Children,
Alice.
dude.
Is she from Arch Enemy? The vocalist? The
Dude, children
blue
of
hair
bottom is
female.
all dudes.
Wait, then she must be for Arch Enemy because I have a feeling that she like.
Blue haired.
Yeah, it is arch enemy. They have like a buff, ripped chick.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one I'm talking about. I think her
Arch
name is Alice
I
or
don't
something.
know. I don't know.
So, dude, she is insane too. Like,
She's awesome.
the lung power she has, first of all, is like her diaphragm must be like size of a cupboard, like insane powerhouse of vocalist. Like amazing. So wait, I want to ask. Wait, I had a question in my mind and I forgot because of all these bands.
We have what? Catharsis, Muse, Alisa. Yeah.
Alyssa, there you
Alyssa.
go.
Yeah, arch
There you
enemy,
go.
yeah.
There
Is
you
it
go.
arch enemy or arch enemy?
Arch enemy.
I say Arch.
Because there is that thing.
See, again, I'm an Indian with simple bullshit pronunciation, so
Okay.
I don't know.
So, what is the question for Saif?
Fuck, I wanted to ask him.
Okay.
I forgot.
10,000
shit.
years later.
You need that SpongeBob meme
Yeah,
for
I
me.
need that soundboard.
I think I have mild amnesia or some shit.
Dude,
Okay.
you are just gone.
Okay, thank you for the support, I guess.
Safe. So
I'll think about my question.
No
Wait.
worries. Safe. So you guys gonna be dropping some singles soon. So when
soon.
it's gonna be any news? Breaking news?
Hopefully you'll hear in a couple weeks. Just the promotional stuff that we're just waiting on, and otherwise like it's literally ready to just be released, and even the next one, like just soon after.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you should be hearing it like very very soon.
Mm.
I cannot wait. I mean, especially considering that he's saying that it's a little bit different than what they have released, and I still have yet to listen to the fourth one because it's not on Spotify,
Yeah.
which is so unjust. Like, what asshole? Like, why? And is it there on YouTube? Like all these songs?
Yeah. It's everywhere but Spotify. That's like that one song is everywhere but Spotify.
Oh.
So even
I'll-
for the new one, you guys gonna have issues with Spotify?
No.
Hopefully not. It was just like some kind of like shady like promotion stuff. We were just gonna promote it differently than how we did it before.
Oh, no.
Why you guys don't go on CD? Are you guys go directly to CD Baby and do this shit, or
DistroKid.
is it like CD Baby?
Yeah, but it's more like sponsored by Spotify, and they helped us probably less than Spotify did.
Dude, go on CD Baby, release it as a single on CD Baby. CD Baby gives it to every platform.
By the way, I recently
Every platform as well.
Yeah.
read a thing about Spotify that they're taking a huge cut out of all these
Yeah,
like
all the musicians and
artists.
they're not paying them, yeah.
And dude, like that's insane. Like the owner is a billionaire,
Yeah,
and
2.9 or 2.5
dude,
billion.
when I read that, I got so infuriated. Like, imagine the amount of hard work these people are putting in, and the amount of resources. Sometimes, like bands don't have the money to record or like a space to record, like and that's just mooching off of. Sorry, I just went on.
No, it's like this was
I
in the
can't.
news like a couple
I
of
can't.
days ago, but I
Yeah.
mean we can't do anything. These are the powerhouses of this thing. And Grim is
Exactly.
asking you a question: collab, watch, beef. Of these three options, Fred Durst, Chad Kruger, Mike Hunt.
Kruger. What a question.
Oh, I'd collab the hell out with Fred Durst.
I love you.
Excuse
Durst
me. Hello.
What?
Don't make me jealous.
What make you jealous? He's a dude.
I know, but still.
Chad Kroger, I'd. I need to be reminded who Mike Hunt is again.
Wait, yeah, Mike Hunt. Wait, I know Mike Hunt.
Sounds familiar.
Super familiar. Mike Hunt. And Bundle is saying hello. What's up, Bundlehead? Thank you
Hey,
very much.
Bundlehead, how are you?
And BRGC is asking you, Safe, do you stream?
Just music on Spotify and Apple Music and stuff like that.
Oh, cool. I just followed you, bro. I think he's following you on
Probably Instagram, yeah.
Twitch.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Dude, you should go on Twitch and just play live, man. Dude, the community here is beautiful.
Oh my God! If you start that, I'll be.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
You guys can, just stream your jams and play songs and. Dude, it's a huge community here for musicians. Actually, they're like the second tier of most viewed channels here on Twitch.
Do you mean Mike Hunt from like Rolling Stones? Or like who?
Can you get back to us, Grim, which Mike Hunt you're talking about? Anyway, so now you have Chad Kruger. What you gonna do with Chad Kruger? Watch him or fight him?
I can tolerate him for a while.
Tolerate.
By the way, my band Nicotine, we opened up for Nickelback in 2010 Golf Bike Festival.
No way.
Yeah.
Sir, that's amazing.
Dude, Chad Kruger.
I'm so proud of him.
Chad Kruger, Nickelback, man, they're so down to earth, so freaking professional, super big on Metallica, man.
Did you go and tell him, look at this graph? Did you do that?
Look at this graph was after, man. It wasn't that time.
Okay.
And dude, my guitarist, he was using a bootleg Gibson Safe. Mm-hmm. And Chad Kruger, he picks up the guitar, he's like, oh man, which year this Gibson is? And my guitarist is like, Chad, this is a bootleg, it's a Chinese. It's like, man, it doesn't look any different, man. It's like he starts playing the guitar. The guitar was like what, 100 dirhams.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's like.
Did he get it signed at least?
Yeah, we got it signed. Dude, the thing is, like, they're so down to earth, and dude, whatever you hear on the album, you will hear it at the gig. This is how fucking professional they are. I still remember we had our Bluetooth connections for our guitars, like the wireless things. Dude, their management came and was like, dude, no freaking way on hell. There are 60 Bluetooth channels that it's only for Nickelback. 60 Bluetooth channels. It's crazy. And BRGC is saying you should stream and Twitch, share your music. Exactly.
And he just followed you as well.
Yep.
Nice.
Dude,
Thank you.
give it a try, man, dude. It's a great community, and you always have the support from us and the guys here. Like,
and nowadays, especially like post-COVID, most of these artists have like chosen the platform of Twitch. It's a little bit of easy side money kind of a thing as well. Like once you pick up pace, like once and also like there's a lot of people on here that just like put you on the background. They're either working or like even BRGC, he's gaming and listening to us. So like that's the
Thanks
thing.
A lot, BRGC. It means the world.
He's out there multitasking. So like even I do the same. Like sometimes like I put Bleeding On or like the other streamers, DJ Zax or Nox, like our Dubai-based community. I just put them on here, and I'm just like in the background doing my regular chores or cooking or something. So there are people who
it's crazy. Just give it a try, man. Jump on the
very friendly here. Everyone is ready to help you.
Yeah, I'll consider it.
You know that we are pushing people to join Twitch. We should become ambassadors. Like Twitch needs to pay us for this shit.
Saif, I gotta throw a couple of options on you. You just like immediately the first thing.
Okay, after you do this, I'm gonna also ask him the question before I forget the third.
Sure. So the guys in the comment, you guys also welcome to join us for this section. So I'm gonna be giving Saif 2 options, so he can choose any of them just on top of your head.
Before you start, sorry, but Bleeding is saying I'm taking a shower, watching guys. For support. That's how much I love you guys.
Love you, bro. Much love, man.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
So okay, you're ready, Saif?
Yep, ready.
Okay, working with creative control or working with a manager?
Working with creative control.
That's good.
If working with a manager means like not working with creative control, then other people want to listen.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
BRGC is saying you have an awesome voice, bro.
There you go.
You should hear me sing.
Punchlines.
Oh man. Okay, so moving on. Theme park or watching a documentary?
I guess theme park.
Nice.
I'm not much of a rides guy, but like I'd like to vibe in a theme park.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Gory movies or scary movies?
I'm actually kind of neither person.
Okay.
Gory if it's like maybe if it's in like a cartoon or an anime, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Spicy or savory foods?
Depends on how I'm feeling.
I'm just asking the wrong guy.
Savory. Savory. I'm a horrible Indian. Savory.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say. German
I'm very proud to hear that.
German cars or American cars?
I have a Jeep. That's American, right?
Yep. Oh, okay.
I don't know shit about cars.
Hands down.
Oh.
Wait, watch out, we have a badass.
Badass over here.
By the way, but BRGC saying he's listening to to your music on IG, but it's better to do live right now. And Bleeding is saying sing us a nursery rhyme with an
Added touch.
Safe.
Oh, I'm blank. What
Actually,
is this?
why don't you sing something like from your
Don't put him on a spot, Yani. Are you comfortable doing that?
I don't know. I haven't done any warm-ups or anything, so I might sound like shit.
Anything? Like maybe it can be a couple of lines.
You can play one of my songs, I think.
Oh, okay.
That sound way better than like this dry, just sounded like empty vocals.
That's actually not a bad idea. Which song do you
Recommend.
Do you recommend us?
I think Keep in Touch, our latest one on YouTube.
Oh yeah, since I've not listened to that, actually, it's a good choice.
Keep in touch.
Yeah. It garnered a lot of attention that got us on like Dubai Eye, on
nice.
TV also.
That's nice. Is it the one with the black and white?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, okay. Just uno momento. I will make new ones here. Just give us a minute. Wait a second.
Hashtag pro streamer, you know.
Yep. And the ads. Why I'm not
Twitching.
shocked.
How many more ads? Yep, one more ad after this, right?
Oh no,
Okay.
it started. Baby, pause first.
Why pause?
Because you're still adjusting, no?
No.
Okay.
Tell us in the comment section if you guys can hear it. They should be able to hear it. I'm just gonna increase the volume.
Just click here, no thanks. Yeah.
No thanks. And so we're gonna listen to it again.
By the weathered snow, streams of insincere, nestle seeds of hope, no blooming happens here. But I won't say too much. Getting lost in the pink of the
I mean, damn. That's all I can say. It went 0 to 60 hundreds. You know, like that's how I want to say
It's a
it.
very great mix.
It is.
Like
It escalates so like subtly, like you know.
okay, don't get me wrong. I can see the Metallica phase, like the Metallica influence there, which is
Obviously.
amazing. You know, it's fucking.
But the
great.
flow is nice. Like
Yeah.
it goes so like fluidly, step by step into
Yeah.
the different sections of the song. You
Yeah.
know.
Wow,
like,
man, we
And also before we go to the comments,
Yeah.
you know the Celestial Star visuals. It reminded me of
Yeah, the
Waiting for the End by Linkin Park. It reminded me of that video.
Dude, the video was dope.
It was very
really
soothing
loved
to
it.
look
I
at.
really loved it, and the music is great, man. And we got a
Nice.
couple of comments. Someone.
That's Grimace.
Someone at the door. Give me 1 second, guys.
I'm
you
sure that my friend's just trolling right now.
Mm-hmm.
And BRGC saying you have a high pitched voice. Pujasami is saying keep in touch. And BRGC saying there is a lot of Filipino punk music will suit your voice. Engineering songs. And Grim is saying, never mind, it was just pizza. I got pepperoni with mushrooms.
You're getting me hungry now.
And BRGC is like, you know, just jamming some emojis. Wow, they
Nice,
forgot
nice.
my Diet Pepsi again.
Oh,
wow, bro.
I
Grim,
hate it too when they fuck up
you all
orders.
want anything, my treat. And Grim is saying this sounds nothing like Drake. Not impressed.
What? Drake? Why?
And and Manav is asking who produced your track, bro.
I did.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I mix and everything we do, and my brother kind of produces me and steers me straight. My brother and I kind of work as a team because both of us are audio engineers, and
That's
I-
awesome. That's awesome.
I see how far we can go with a mix. My brother has a voice in his head that he's like, this is the way it should sound. If it can't get any better, this is like the deliverable, you know. For me, I'm like the guy that like works my way there.
Like, dude, Saif, like, I have something like to say about your voice. I can't believe that you go from like so mellow like tones to like just like screaming your lungs out. Like, I cannot believe that's you. You know, like when you try to visualize, can you like you know, like him standing and doing screams, and like I can't imagine that that's the same person.
To be honest with you, I would love to see you guys perform live.
Yeah,
man.
dude, for
it's gonna
sure.
be great, yeah.
Yeah.
Love to perform.
Yeah, man. I mean, hopefully things will open up soon for everyone because everyone has that itch that they want to go back on stage and everything. But you know, tonight's session, like you know, tonight's session was great to know you, Safe, and you know, for me personally, I came to know that there is another hardworking musician in this town that you know they're putting a lot of effort into their production, into their music, and into their product, which I'm really, really proud of you, man, that you've been doing it and you're still young and you still have a lot of room. Plus, you've studied this a bit, so you have that, you know, extra advantage and privilege than anyone else. And, you know, you're always welcome to come on the session anytime if you want to, like, you know, promote your new things, promote the new track or whatever. All I'm trying to say is that it was a pleasure to have you on the session, brother.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's
So-
like honestly, you guys have no idea how thankful I am right now.
Oh,
man,
don't
you-
say that. I
Yeah,
mean, it's just that, you know, because when he was looking for a guest to bring out on the show, and I was like, dude, you have to listen to this guy. And because, like, I suggested, like, he has to come. Like, I want to, like, interview him. So, you know, by the way, before you wind up, I have 2 questions still.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you, like, because you have such, like, rich roots, did they ever have an influence on how you create music?
Great.
What do you mean by rich? Roots?
Like, for example,
As in, like,
you
your
know, you're
Arabic root
half
and your
Emirati,
in-
half, like, you know, Indian and stuff like.
It's so funny. People always expect, like, anytime I'm like, oh, I play music, and they're just like, oh, what, like Arabic or what kind of music do you play? I'm like, oh, rock, and they're just like, English? I'm like, yeah. I was raised on George Michael, Michael Jackson, Wham, a bunch of different like blues, Dean Martin, all this kind of music. My parents were like super into this kind of music, and this is all I listened to like growing up. I barely listened to Arabic music extensively compared to all these different like legendary artists like growing up. And yeah, they like this kind of does seep into like my music writing like in some regards. Here's the thing, I always say like these guys are mainstream and they're famous and they've reached a place like Dubai for a reason. So obviously
Right.
they're doing something right. Mainstream or not, there's always mainstream. You can always learn from mainstream songs and mainstream artists.
Wow.
I mean, that's great, man. And
Then before, yeah, you want to read the comment?
yeah, and Manav is saying, is that Dragon Ball Z on your ceiling?
Oh, yeah.
And he also said that bloody hell, that's a solid mix, bro.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh.
Well,
So the last question I have,
Yeah, go
okay, like, do you have a band or an artist that you go to? Like, I ask this to all musicians and like artists that I interview. Is there any band or artist that you go to, like, when you have to process some shit in life? You're like, holy shit, I need them in my ears right now, like, you know, to process some heavy stuff.
Like influencing me, or just some band that I like go to and I'm just like I'm always like I need them
think just
right
yeah, I think just a
Like-
band that you go to when you are like
Like, you know, some shit happens in life and you're like, you know what, I need that band or that artist, you know, like, to process some shit in life.
It's down to Pantera, Avatar, and Avatar is really like I can't recommend them enough. They're just insane. Yeah, it's either Pantera or Avatar. I think maybe. Yeah, Metallica as well. Metallica's more like a feel-good type. If I want to stay angry, it's Pantera.
yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I get that too.
If I just want to like just deplete all my energy out, it's Avatar. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean everyone has that go-to like, you know, artist that they like to, you know,
Yeah.
just jam it out and just let all the weeks you know, frustration out.
BRGC is saying, I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball Z. It's like most of my childhood. Avatar is bloody brilliant as well. By the way,
Yeah, Manav is saying that Avatar is bloody brilliant.
Oh, sorry. I used to draw Dragon Ball Z all the time on my books. Like, I had that crazy Goku hair drawings all over my notebooks.
Dragon Ball Z is one of the reasons that I'm into music, because like they have these like movies that they made that had like that featured Deftones,
Oh,
Limp
shit.
Bizkit, Disturbed, and like a bunch of like there's one scene that gives me goosebumps to this day. There's like a guy powering up and turning into like the Hulk basically, and Tens by Pantera is playing in the background, and I've
Wow.
never seen something fit
Wow.
so well.
Like, for me, I got introduced to Disturbed and stuff through NFS Most Wanted. They had the song Decadence on it. So that's how I got introduced to Disturbed.
Yeah, and Manav is saying most anime most anime openings are rock/metal. Yeah. It's like, you know, it's crazy. You like, you cannot have a rap song on a fucking anime. You know, it's just
Yeah.
gonna sound like, what the hell? Who is the DJ here? You know.
Maybe if he made an anime, it would be starting with mumble rap, you know, like some.
I wanna see-
that one.
Rap new metal song, I would be blown away, and I wouldn't mind helping you out with that. Honestly, that would be insane. Like a Limp
shit.
Bizkit mixed with mumble rap. That like I'd be
Oh,
on.
man.
Wow.
You know what else?
Am I sensing a collaboration here between
Yeah,
you
why
two?
not, man? Why not, man? I mean, anyway, stick around after the show. I can show you our new single that we're going to be dropping soon.
Oh God.
You know, off stream.
It's such a.
I like to get feedback.
It's such
like
a
the way you do it.
in-your-face song.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot wait for the release.
It's just basically, I can tell everyone here that we're gonna get arrested after, you know, releasing this song. So it's gonna be the last times you guys gonna see us here. So
yeah.
please, you know, follow this channel and
Yeah.
like, you know, follow us and try to work. You know, we're trying to make a living so we can pay off
Yeah.
the bail and get out. You know.
Already preparing for bail.
Nice. Don't listen to our music on Spotify. Listen to it on Apple Music and stuff like that. You'll get a better quality anyway. And
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
just about to ask you
Yeah.
where the fans can find your music on, like, you know, on the social.
Everywhere
on the social media.
Everywhere they listen to music, they can find Metarust if they just type it in. Spotify has three out of 5 of our songs. Everywhere else has 5 of them. Just search us on YouTube, and yeah.
Nice.
So, brother Saif, thank you very much for joining us for this session. And
Thank you so much.
it's really good to know that still, again, like, you know, musicians are doing something throughout this whole pandemic garbage that we're going through. And
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you guys are active and you guys are going to be releasing new stuff soon. So looking forward to whoever is still watching. Again, thank you very much, guys, for joining us for this session. And please go and follow Not So Safe, the best IG handle I ever heard of.
Yeah.
So give him a follow. Give him a follow at Metarust _band. Yeah. Yeah. At Metarust. Sorry, Metascore. Wow,
Metascore.
Metarust_.
You're on some
band.
shit tonight.
Yeah, so give them a follow, and you guys can also follow us at Combos and Chill on IG and Facebook, and you guys can actually find all the buttons to take you to the links from the bio at IG or here on the Twitch home channel.
Yeah. And my
uh,
handle is She's a Phoenix. If you need any tattoo designs or any art for the house or something, I would be much obliged.
Yep.
You know.
And just few comments before we close it down, and holy shit.
Just highlighted everything.
Yeah, highlighted everything. That's how I do it, man. Bundle is saying, when are you releasing the song Dirty? Oh yeah, man, we're waiting on the.
We're waiting for the guitarist
video.
as well. Yeah.
For the video.
Yeah.
And Manav is saying, haha, I've heard this one. Rest in peace, AKP. And Manav is saying, guys,
Yeah,
by the way, we may be playing a show in Lucky Voice soon. Oh, nice.
Dude, let us know when. I mean, I would love to come see.
For sure.
I saw recently they performed at Public House, but like we were busy
Yeah.
with our families at each weekend. So like,
Yep.
you know, we're stuck
just
with
crazy busy. And
exactly.
Manav is saying, good podcast, lads. See you all soon. Thank you very much for dropping by.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much
I'm
for
glad you
everyone.
had fun and you liked it. And Saif, thank you so much for giving us your precious time. And I have the genuine feeling that you're a very humble, down-to-earth soul, and you guys really deserve a lot of recognition for the music you're making.
Exactly.
And I hope that there are more platforms that you can reach out to, and you get hopefully soon we get to see you live.
That's what I meant.
That would be
more
a treat.
support.
Yeah, exactly. More support. So, I mean, you already have fans in the chat now. So there you go.
Thank you so much. Thank you
And
for
we would love to have you back again on the show. Like, maybe after you release the music or something, maybe we can just have a goofball session. Just like, talk about shit, random shit.
Well, again, Saif, thank you very much. And before we close down the show, we're going to rate our good friend, DJ Zax. He's playing Sea of Thieves. So if you guys like gamings and stuff, you guys need to check DJ Zax's channel. So anyway, guys, thank you very much. And you guys can catch us on Thursday. We're going to be having another Absolute Shenanigans session, and it's gonna be fun. You guys come down, and we're always gonna do
so Absolute Shenanigans sessions. For people who are new, we don't have any guests. We are just
us.
a chat heavy stream on that day, so we are just having fun, talking about random shit, nagging, just our basic shit.
We're gonna see you guys on Thursday, and Safe, stay with us, don't leave. We're gonna get back to you so I can show you the track. And
thank you again, Safe. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Safe, and we're gonna see you guys soon, and peace.
Bye.
Out. Bye.